Shit, it just... Saw that fuel, huh?
motovlog in a while, and we're riding on the Buell, just trying to run its course because it's running poorly. I figured out the idle issue, most of the idle issue. It turns out that I had a pretty substantial vacuum leak. There's a little 90-degree barb that comes off the side of the throttle body that feeds the emissions on the California versions, which I guess it turns out this is a California version Buell, which is, I guess, good to finally actually realize, because it would explain a few things. So anyways, if you look up on the forums for, you know, that thing, there's a few people that talk about it, and more or less, you know, the general consensus is that that thing is blocked off on the non-California versions. Even though there's a barb sticking up there, it's actually not all the way through, which, as you've seen in the video, it most certainly is. My best guess is, so around the time that it really started running poorly was towards the end of my Dragon runs. And my best guess is, one, it was like already starting to deteriorate and fall apart, and the one of the little backfires that I had while I was up there finally just caused it to pop off, or it just fell off and that was the backfire. not really sure. One thing I do know is that since I fixed that, my check engine light is officially gone. The issue that I'm having out there running is, unfortunately, my retarded self, without realizing that was the issue with the idle the last time. I went through all the steps of kind of not really retuning it, but adjusting some variables that probably shouldn't have been adjusted entirely. with that massive vacuum leak. So it's running a little chunky at times. Once it's warm, it does a fairly decent job of holding an idle. It's not a pretty idle, but I'm not entirely sure how smooth. I know like a lot of guys, I think the idle is supposed to be like 1100. I'll see if I can look it up, and I'll post it up here on the screen. It's been a minute since I've actually looked it up. But you know, I know the idle is supposed to be a higher than what most guys recommend. I think a lot of guys put it at like 850, 900, because that supposedly smooths it out. Because I think when it's higher up here, it's kind of surgy, which is what it's doing. But it's not like, once it's warm, it's not too bad. While it's cold, it's not, I don't think it's enriching the fuel mixture enough while it's cold. So it kind of, it's not smooth. It's not smooth at all while it's like that. But then once it warms up, it holds idle pretty good. Like one of the issues with that idle being like that is the when I first fire it up, it'll start up, kick over, I don't know, 5-10 times, anywhere in there, and then it shuts off. And then you kick it over again, and for the most part, that'll usually do the trick. Fifth gear, okay. So it's usually like this morning. It was a little bit chillier out than it's been, so it did it twice, and then it was fine after that. Here just a second ago, it did it once, and then it was good to go after that. So yeah, I just need to go back through it. I also think I need to go through the learning loop as well, which requires me to take it for a little cruise. I think the number on that is to more or less hold a low load 3,500 RPMs, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. Get a little bit of a wobble there. It's probably from the tire. Just that lower RPM. So like at 2,000 RPMs, cruising there, it's pretty decent. 3,000, not as smooth, and then it pulls hard as hell, which is, you know, what it's always done. So I guess we'll stop talking about the Buell and we'll just pick a random topic. Besides, don't actually really have one.